Hey guys, it's Zach and Dakota here from Pro Gym. Today I want to run through some positional breathing drills to help improve breathing and bracing in squats. So, before we get started, I wanted to outline an important definition of the concept of stacking. Stacking is when we keep our rib cage over the top of our pelvis, so when we take that big breath of air in, our organs can be pushed down into our pelvis to help increase the pressure in that abdomen and stabilize the spine. Before we try and apply this concept of stacking to a squat, it's really helpful to first feel what this position is like in a laying position. So this drill is called the 90-90 hip lift, and it's just going to help you get familiar with finding that position of the pelvis relative to the position of the rib cage. So we have Dakota here laying down with her heels on a box. Now this can either be done with your heels on a box or flush against the wall. The reason for this is just to help us feel our hamstrings and get them involved in the movement. So in the 90-90 hip lift, Dakota is going to dig her heels down into the box. As you can see, her hamstrings turn on. From there, she gets a slight tuck under of the pelvis. This is called posterior tilt of the pelvis. You know when this is achieved when her lower back flattens out against the floor. In this position, her hips and rib cage are stacked, and this is what we want to find when we're going through a squat. The next step to this drill is Dakota just breathing. So I want her to take a nice big breath in as if she's filling up her stomach like a pipe. Filling up her stomach as if she's about to brace for a squat, and then filling all the way up to the rib cage. If you want to do that, Dakota. Once she's nice and full of air, I want to see a nice hard exhale as if you're trying to blow out birthday candles on the ceiling. If you want to go through that. As you can see, as she exhales, the rib cage further drops to keep that line between the pelvis and the rib cage. After you get familiar with the 90-90 hip lift, which you will run through from anywhere between 5 to 6 breaths per set, we can try and apply that to the squat. Now this will work for any variation of squat you're trying to do, whether in Olympic heels or not, whether it's a barbell squat or a goblet squat. Today we're going to show these concepts in a heel elevated goblet squat. So for Dakota, I first want her to showcase what a squat looks like without that stack. So as you can see, her rib cage and pelvis aren't linked together. She bombs into the bottom and the hips shoot back. Perfect. So when we're cueing this tucked position, we want to drill for that posterior tuck of the pelvis. As you can see, her hips come underneath herself and she stays in line with her rib cage. Once she's found this position, you want to cue a big deep breath into the lower abdomen as she expands into her front, side and back, trying to get 360-degree expansion. Then she cues into a normal squat. Hips and knees coming back at the same rate, keeping that rib cage and pelvis stacked. Thank you for watching, guys. If you want to see more of this content, make sure to follow and subscribe the Pro Gym socials, and we'll see you next time.